Hello everyone, welcome to another session on Ways with Words, and we were discussing about John Keats' Ode to Autumn. Okay, so this is the poem. As I've told you, it has got three stanzas, and in this video we'll try to look into the first stanza. Okay, so it begins thus. We can see that in the first line he talks about, or he's addressing the season of mist and mellow fruitfulness. He's talking about autumn. Autumn has got what? It has got mist. Okay, so that is why he says season of mist and mellow fruitfulness. Mellow fruitfulness is in fact reflects the ripe fruits. Fruitfulness is an abstract for concrete. you know so he is in fact trying to address or look into the ripe fruits, because this is autumn season, as you know. In English, we have got four seasons. We have spring, after spring we have summer, after spring, after summer we have fall or the autumn season, and after autumn we have the winter season. These are the four seasons in England, or you can say in English speaking world. When it comes to in the context of Kerala, we have more seasons. We have the rainy season, which we call as Varshakala, like that it is there. We don't have to get into that right now. So autumn season is just the season that falls just prior to winter season. So you have the mist and all, it is there, but by spring, the seeds, it has started, it has started coming out, and then you can see that with summer, the autumn is almost at the end of summer, and you can see that that it is a season where the fruits and all ripe. So in fact that is a reference to that. Second sentence, second line: close bosom friend of a maturing sun. Close bosom friend means it is talking about a very intimate friend. Okay, close bosom friend. Who is the close bosom friend? Autumn. Close bosom friend of whom? Of maturing sun. Sun that matures everything. Sun that ripes the fruits, all fruits, matures all the fruits. Okay, so he means here you can see that the human attribute is in fact given to what? To autumn. Okay, maturing sun is basically the autumnal sun that matures all fruits, and autumn and sun are here in collision with each other. So that is the idea that is discussed up here. In the third line, you can see that conspiring with him, how to laud and bless. Conspiring with him. Him means sun. It is in fact the autumn is conspiring. Conspiring means making some secret plans. Gudalojana എന്നൊക്കെ പറയുന്നത് പോലെ. Okay, so it is conspiring with sun. How to load and bless. How to load and bless. How to bless this the everything that is there around. To load themselves up with something. Okay, with fruit, the vines that around the thatch eaves run. Thatch eaves basically refers to thatch cottages. Okay, so the thatch cottages run, they become active with what? With vines. Once the vines are ready, okay, the thatch cottages will become active. So the vines straggling around the eaves of thatch cottages, that is what he is trying to refer. So it is in fact being helped by, means the thatch cottages become active uh, basically with what? With the coming of the season. Okay, so it is the autumn that makes the thatch cottages active. So here you can see that another important concept that we can see here is like he is using a lot of colors here. Okay, the thatch, the gray color of the thatch cottages, then the trees that are growing around them, all those things are there in the first stanza. We'll look into that again. Then so that is about the first four lines. Then next one: to bend with apples the most cottage trees. Bent means with the great number of apples. It is the branches there, it is in fact bended, so it with a load of apples, okay, it actually bends, and it to bend the apples with apples, the most cottage trees, most means something that is unfrequented a place, which is full of grasses and all, and cottage trees, though it's like an unfrequented area, okay, yet you can see that there is a sense of an emerald color and all, it is reflected up there. So that is the sense of color, you can see, sense of eyes, how exactly it is being perceived, or it is looked at by the poet here. So he is giving a kind of picture, pictorial representation of the region. And fill all fruit with ripeness to core. So another activity of autumn is that to fill the fruit, fill all fruit. All fruit means it's a collective singular of for all fruits. Okay, to fill all fruit with ripeness to the core. Everything is ripened by autumn. Okay, so it is in fact the autumn that fills it with ripeness. Then to swell the gourd and plumb the hazel shells with a sweet kernel. Okay, so he's giving very specific reference. One is like gourd, so it is the gourd is in fact being swelled. Swelled means it is a reference to the mature. It is in fact matured. Then the plum, the hazel shells. Hazel shells are plumbed means basically it is the hazel nuts that are edible, not the shells, but it is inflated with the growth of the kernel inside. Okay, to set budding more and still more later flowers for the bees. Everything is like inflated or attains the maximum size, it is getting ripened. And later flowers is in fact is referring to the late summer flowers. Okay, late summer flowers, though it is autumn now, but even in autumn you can see late summer flowers, they are still blooming. Okay, so later flowers for bees, bees, throughout summer season they were like collecting honey from flowers, and for bees it's like until they think warm days will never cease, it is in the summer season that the bees collect honey. Okay, so the bees feel that they are, this warm season is not going to end. That is a feeling that bees hold to themselves. Okay, so there is like something what we call as a sympathetic projection. The sympathy is something, a very common feature you can see in romantic period or romantic type of writing of romantic poets. So here he's thinking from the side of bees, and bees might think that the warm season, their next line you can say, for summer has overbrimmed their clammy cells. Clammy cells is basically a reference to the cup of flowers are moist and sticky, because of the presence of honey. So it's basically they feel like the bees are almost tired of collecting their honey. Okay, they feel like they need some rest, that kind of a feeling can also be generated from these lines. The for summer, it's in fact personified. Okay, that is why S is capital. Summer is has overbrimmed their clammy cells. So if I summarize, I can say that the picture is in fact that of bountiness, Bountiness. It is a season of mist and also of ripening of fruits, and it is in fact close with sun, or it cooperates with sun, and in bringing about maturity of fruits. Vines running around the edges of the branches of the apple trees are bent nearly to the ground with the weight of apples, and these apple trees in the cotton garden are covered with mosses, and the fruits have ripened to the core. Then the fruits are the sweet gourd has got the fruits in it, the hazelnuts are filled with sweet kernel, then the flowers bloom more in the season, and bees are in fact tired of taking up honey from the flowers, The bees appear to feel that the warmth of the summer is it will never cease, for the sticky cells of honeycombs are filled with overflowing with honey. Okay, so these are the major ideas that are discussed in the first stanza of the poem Ode to the Autumn. In the next video, I'll discuss the second stanza.